Today we're going to cover odd shapes that involve circles. So what I mean by circle is, if you look at this example, we see how there's a curved edge on the side, on the left side and the right side. So in the middle, you can see that there's a rectangle of length of 9 and width of 6. Now, we are unable to find the area directly because it has a circle involved. So what I mean by unable is that it's not going to be straightforward or easy. It's going to be a little bit extra work, but basically you're going to be using the formulas combining with area of rectangles, triangles, squares, with addition of areas of circles. So basically we're going to be using those formulas together. But we have to be mindful on how we use the area, the formula for area of a circle, the formula for circumference of a circle, depending on what kind of circle you have within the given shapes. So let's take a look at this first example. Now, say we are going to find perimeter, so that's going to be the same thing as finding circumference. Since we have a curved side on left and right side, now when you're finding a circumference, you're finding circumference of a full circle. Now on the left side, you can say it's a half a circle. On the right side, it's also a half circle. Now, before we could do any kind of work, let's talk about finding measurements pertaining to circles. Now, see here, this is basically the width of the rectangle in the middle, but it's also the same for when we combine it with the circle. So basically this is the diameter of 6 meters. Now if I'm looking for radius, it's just half of it, so radius is 3 meters of the circle. Now, so I have that information. This is what I could do. This is one way. A1, A2, and A3. Now, since that's 6 meters, over here is also 6 meters. Since the top is 9 meters, then the bottom is 9 meters. Keep that in mind. Now, this method I'm going to go through that I'm going to show you first is, you gotta think about it, because sometimes you might have like one curved side, so you just gotta think about it logically. Now here on the left side, this is gonna be basically half a circle. Same over here, half a circle. So if you're looking for circumference, so let's talk about circumference slash perimeter. So again, we're looking for circumference slash perimeter. So we're going to find a distance around the whole shape. So in order to do that, we know that if this is 9 meters, this is 9 meters right here. So I'm going to write 9 meters. So that's all I need for the horizontal lines. Now for the curved side, I need to know for the diameter or radius. Depending on which formula you use, you can use either diameter or radius. Now let's ignore the A1, A2, A3. We're going to use that later on for area. Alright, so in order to find circumference perimeter, I'm going to label my sides. So this is going to be S1, S2, my curved sides, so this is going to be S3 and S4. So my circumference slash perimeter, so let's say I'm going to call that CP. So my CP is equal to S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus S4. Now, I could plug in for S1 and S2, which is 9 meters, but I don't know S3 and S4 yet because it's a curve sign. So, in order to find the circumference of S3, so I'm going to write S3 here. Now, remember the formula for circumference is 2 pi r. So, that's the formula for a full circle. So I repeat, that's the formula for a full circle. But on the left, it's a half a circle. So if it's half a circle, I'm going to divide by 2. And then I'm going to do the same thing for S4. 2 pi r. Since the right one is half a circle, I'm going to divide by 2. So if it's a half, divide by 2. If it's a fourth, a quarter of it, divide by 4. So you just gotta think about it logically by looking at the picture and thinking about in terms of halves, a fourth. So my S3 is equal to 2 pi r divided by 2, simply pi r. S4, 2 pi r divided by 2 is just pi r. Oh, sorry, this is supposed to be S3. Now, S3 and S4, they have the same formula, and they're going to be using the same radius. So that means I'm not going to be doing the work twice, I'm going to do it once. So what I find for S3 is going to be the same value for S4. Alright, so let's do pi times r. So I'm going to do this. Pi times my r is 3. So basically it means 3.14 times 3. So I'm going to work it out here. 3.14 times 3. So 4 times 3, 2, carry the 1. 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, that's 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 decimal places, so 1, 2. So, be mindful since we're working with decimals and whole numbers, this is where we actually have to be extra cautious. So, 9.42. So, S3 and S4 is equal to 9.42. So, here, I'm going to rewrite it. Now, since we were working with decimals, instead of 9, I'm going to change it into a decimal. So it's going to be 9.00 because it's 2 decimal places, plus 9.00 plus my S3 is going to be 9.42 plus S4, which is another 9.42. Alright? So my CP, my circumference and perimeter, will be the total of 9.00 plus 9.00 plus 9.42 plus 9.42. So when I add all these up, I'm going to get 36.84 meters. So my circumference slash perimeter will be 36.84. So that's what I would need to do, especially when we're dealing with half a circle on the left and half a circle on the right. Next, we're going to work on finding area. Alright, since we were working with area, we have the information for diameter and radius. And to review, area of a circle is pi r squared. Alright, so let's talk about, we're not going to worry about A2 because we know how to find the area of a rectangle and it's pretty straightforward. Let's talk about area of a half circle that we have on the left and area of a half circle on the right. The reason I want to talk about that first is because if you're given with this type of circle, we gotta think about it logically. So, my A1, I'm gonna do it right here. The formula for it is pi r squared. Now, my A1, again, it's half a circle. So if it's half a circle, that means it's going to be half of the area. So basically, I'm going to divide the formula by 2 since it's half. Now, I'm going to fill in my radius and my pi, which is 3.14. So we have that. Now, next I'm going to do the 3 squared, which is 9, divided by 2. Alright, now this is where it could get a little complicated or a little confusing. But actually it's pretty simple. It's just be very cautious because here's the situation. 9 divided by 2 won't be a whole number. It will be a decimal. So when we have an area where it's divided by 2 or even divided by 4, it may come out as a decimal. So what I'm going to do is, since these two numbers are multiplying, I'm simply going to divide with the 2 to the 9 only. I'm not going to divide the 3.14. The reason is, 1 is a decimal. 2, it's easy to divide whole numbers if it's 2 or 4. So what I'm simply going to do is I'm just going to divide the 9 by 2. So my A1 will equal 3.14. So again, I'm going to divide 9 by 2, which is simply 4.5. So that's all I did for the time being. So again, I only divided 9 by 2. Since the top part is multiplying, I only need to divide one factor, which I chose the 9, and I divide by 2. Since the top part, these two are multiplying, I can choose one to divide, which I got 4.5. Next, I'm going to multiply 3.14 by 4.5. So I'm going to write right here, 3.14 times 4.5. Alright, 5 times 4, 20, carry the 2. 5 times 1, 5 plus 2, 7. 5 times 3, 15. Skip a space. 4 times 4 is 16, so I'm going to put the 6 here. Carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1, which is 5. 4 times 3, that's 12. So I'm going to add up the numbers. 0. 7 and 6, that's 13. Carry the 1 up here. 5 plus the 1, that's 11. Carry the 1 here. 1, 2, that's 4 with a 1. Alright, so we have that. Now, I'm going to count my decimals with the numbers that I multiply. So 1, 2, and then don't forget we have a decimal here, so another one. So the total is 3. 1, 2, 3. So that means it's 3 decimal places. So what I'm going to do is start from here. 1, 2, 3. So my A1 will be 14.13. So 3.14 times 4.5 is 14.13. Now, like I said before, it's the same width on the left side and the right side. So this half circle will have the same diameter as this half circle, or this half circle will have the same radius as this half circle on the right. So since I did the work for A1, what I get for A1 would be the same value for A3. So I'm going to write up here, my A1 is equal to 14.13 meters. And then I'm going to erase to make room for my A3, which is also 14.13 meters. Alright, I'm going to erase all this to make more room. Next, we're going to need to find A2. So A2 is length times width. So 9 times 6, I'm doing area, so now I'm including the 6. I'm doing the area. So 9 times 6 is 54 meters square. Now, there's a little mistake I made. Since I'm doing area, since I did the area for this circle and did the area for that circle, this is supposed to be meters square. So that's my mistake. Make sure to remember that. Since I'm doing area, it's meters square. Here, A2, it's 54 meters square. Now, basically finished. So what I'm going to do is my AC, area of composite figure, is A1 plus A2 plus A3. Now since I'm working with decimal, first I'm going to write 14.13 plus my A2 is 54. I'm going to convert that into a decimal because we're working with decimal numbers already. Since it's 2 decimal places, I'm going to convert this into 54.00 plus my A3, which is also 14.13. Now if I were to set them up, when I'm adding decimals and subtracting decimal, I have to line them up properly. So I'm going to put this on top of each other, so vertically. So 14.13, 54.00, and then 14.13. Now you see how I line up all my decimal? So that's going to be easy for us to add with decimals. So when I'm adding, this is 6, this is 2, 4, 4, 4, that's going to be 12, carry the 1, 1, 2, 3, plus 5, that's 8. Alright, so therefore, my AC is equal to 82.26 meters square. So that's my final answer for this composite figure.